What a game. I'm so incredibly proud of our team, the way we played for 40 minutes. Oklahoma's a really good team. I have so much respect for their program, and Jenny, their head coach, is a phenomenal coach and human being, and I thought we could win, and we were competing to win. I don't know that we saw this coming. But, man, I think we earned it. Our tenacity on defense. We talked about to beat Oklahoma, we had to take care of the ball and we had to rebound, give ourselves as many chances to score as possible. We had 8 turnovers and we out rebounded them by 20. And then just the unselfish play, 33 assists on 45 baskets. That's tough. And just everyone out there was unselfish. And when you've got a group that's playing as hard as we did, as unselfish as we did, just couldn't be more proud. And I thought it was a great crowd. We appreciate everyone that came out. That was awesome, and it matters. And, yeah, just a great night to be a Ute, that's for sure.
Coach, you talk about the difference that rebounding and taking care of the ball makes.
Yeah.
And, looking back at last year and comparing things, Oklahoma finishes tonight with only 6 offensive rebounds, and that's a team that relentlessly crashes the offensive glass and only finished with 3 steals tonight. So they weren't able to get out into that transition game and score like they were come back last season. What led to those differences this year?
These players, they play so hard and they're coachable. We come up with the game plan and they want to do it. So mistakes that are made are not out of stubbornness or unwillingness. It's just mistakes happen. It's part of a game. We talked about it at halftime. We were in the exact same spot. I think we were actually up 2 more at Oklahoma. And I said, Oklahoma's a good team. They're well coached. They got talent. They're not going to go away. And so we need to come out and I said, last year we played not to lose because we had a big lead. Let's play not to lose. We played it safe. I called it safe. And then they just kind of got on a run. And so I said, let's play till midnight. Let's play till midnight. Let's let them kick us out of here. Don't even look at the scoreboard. Just keep doing what we're doing.
And on Sunday you had talked about this game ultimately doesn't matter in terms of like wins or losses. I mean, it does, but
it doesn't define our season.
Yeah, that's thank you for correcting me.
Yeah.
But obviously, like this was a good momentum builder. Like you mentioned, 11 points last year that you lost in the 4th quarter. What does it just say about the progress that this team is making now moving through this season?
Yeah, I mean it's the progression we want to make. We want to every year be a little bit better, and I'm proud of that. And I think, when we kind of had the game in hand, we were talking about let's just keep going. Let's make a statement. When I took this program over, my goal was to make Utah basketball nationally relevant, and it's validating to see that starting to happen. But it's not because of me; it's because of our players. We've got talented kids that have bought in, and they're doing everything the right way. Whether it's making the extra pass, getting sleep, eating right, they're doing everything the way, working their tails off, so they can enjoy moments like this.
You got a little frustrated with the refereeing in that.
I don't remember that.
Do you think that your team obviously kind of fed off of that in some respects? Obviously, there was a lot of physicality, momentum going on, but do you think they kind of fed off of that?
I don't know. I almost broke a heel. If that makes you feel any better. I got a little wobbly. I don't know, probably, but I'm gonna fight for our players, and I didn't think that was a good call. I wasn't very cryptic on that one, but yeah, and whether we like the call or not, it's gonna happen all season long, and it's a matter of keep swinging and keep getting back up and just next possession.
Lynn, what compelled you originally to schedule this series, and do you feel compelled to try to get more true home and homes?
I would love it. Yeah, I think it's and scheduling is just such a weird science of trying to predict where your team's going to be because you're scheduling a year or 2 in advance, and then transfer portal and all that kind of can kind of throw things off, or injuries or whatever. But we felt like we were last year ready for that kind of a test on the road, a Big 12 team. So I think it's been great. And then next week we'll play Alabama, who's really, really good, and then a really good Ole Miss team. So it's kind of, we'll see where we're really at. It's a good test. I'd love it. I mean, I think it's fun. You know, when you have a team like Ole Miss or an Alabama or whatever, if they have, you go there, it's a good experience, and then they come here. We'd love to do that more.
This doesn't define your season, as you said, but can this be something of an eye-opener for people across the landscape as you continue to build this thing?
Yeah, I hope so. I think it certainly could and should be. Again, you know, Oklahoma's really good, and so we just beat a really good team handily. And I couldn't be more proud of the players. They completely bought into what we're trying to do, and if we can continue with that mindset that they have, then shoot, I'll ride with these guys any day.
Kennedy, you were pretty aggressive early on, especially in just being able to kind of set the tone. I mean, what was it just about, like, your mindset just wanted you to be able to get there?
Right, I think just knowing what happened last year at their place, and it's kind of just chip on your shoulder. I wasn't able to play in the game last year, so I was just super excited to be given the chance to play with my teammates against Oklahoma. And just from the start, we said pedal to the metal, and so I just tried my best every play to whatever that looked like. Depending on the play, I tried to make sure that I did that.
Kennedy, it's really easy to look at your numbers on the offensive end and ask about that, but defensively, what were you able to do to slow down such a talented Oklahoma team?
Yeah, I think we had a really good game plan, and practice got us feeling prepared for that. Me and G were at the past 2 days after practice, we're staying after and talking about defense and what we're going to do because they have great shooters, great players, so just making sure we knew what we were doing there. And then when you practice like that, you just have lots of confidence going into the game. So I think we just bought in. That's all it came down to.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
I would agree with that. Like, they're a transition team, and so we know they want to get out and get a quick shot, as we do. But so if we just lock in on their shooters and don't give them much space, it's really hard to score. If they don't have the ball in their hands, you can't shoot it. So just kind of focusing in on that and, yeah, staying focused.
Coach, it looked like, Oklahoma's a team that likes to force turnovers and create steals, play the passing lanes. Looked like, especially early, that was something that maybe the game plan targeted, taking advantage of them overplaying those passing lanes aggressively, getting some backdoor cuts, easy shots at the basket.
Yeah, I mean, they came out very aggressive. But, again, 8 turnovers is really good against that. And, the one player that we haven't mentioned is Ines Vieira. She had 9 assists and 1 turnover and 8 rebounds. Is that? I don't have my glasses on right now, but yeah. I mean, that's incredible. That's remarkable. And then she was responsible most of the game, and Palmer did a good job, too, of trying to jam the ball so that they couldn't just catch those high leads. And the couple times in that first half, when we didn't do that, they hit the threes. So I thought our point guards did a really, really good job of slowing down the ball, and that just kind of was the anchor for everything behind them.
Lynn, as you said, scheduling is kind of this inexact science, and you're trying to make all the pieces fit. The fact that they played BYU last night, did you get a sense at all, and this is for the players too, that they were a little bit of a step slow, they were a little bit tired? Did you guys get a sense of that at all?
I think a little bit in the third quarter. Yeah, I think, playing at elevation is hard. 2 days in a row is hard. And then the tempo that we play at, I think, and they play at. So it was a track meet. Yeah, I think a little bit in that third quarter. Yeah.
For the players, I mean, did you get a sense that they were tired after playing last night?
I mean, going into the second, or at the end of the second quarter, I kind of saw that they seemed a little slower taking up the ball. But, I mean, after half, it seemed like they were a little more rested. But I'm sure that played a factor. But, yeah, overall, I'm just proud that, we kept pushing. We can't control their schedule, so just kept pushing at them and finding the shots we needed to hit.
Yeah, and I think talking about the role our point guards played in slowing them up, I think that made it difficult for them. And they had to go into an offense more, and that way they had to work harder and get their stuff. So I think how we played defense, too, made them more tired.
Coach, Kelsey's impact doesn't jump off the stat sheet, but Deja and Alissa both get into early foul trouble in that first half with 3 fouls. And Kelsey ends up playing almost 13 minutes in the first half, just shy of 18 minutes for the game. What was her impact, and how big has her growth over the course of the last year been?
She's been great, and I think the best part about Kelsey is she knows what she's good at and what she's not good at. So she's a great defensive anchor. She's really smart, so she knows she can kind of direct out there. And then she's also 6'5" and got long arms. Good timing with that. And then offensively, she knows that, offensive rebounds, and if she can't put it right back up, then kick it back out for a 3. So when you have players like that buy into their strengths rather than wish they were something else, but buy into this is my value on this team, then that's when they really make an impact. And so it's been fun to see, and she's a great kid and fun to coach.
What, if anything, has changed for her? Last season, she wasn't getting a lot of minutes early in the season, and as the year went on, you depended on her more. Was that just a case of need, or
yeah?
what
I mean,
has she improved?
I think the biggest thing, and there's no greater strength than confidence, and she wasn't super confident at the beginning of the year, and then players have 2 options in those moments when they're not getting to play, and they can either turn down being frustrated and check out, or they can grit their teeth and say, I'm going to get better. And it always works out if you do that, because you're going to get your moment at some point. It's going to happen. And she just hung in there, stayed bought in, and then when she got her opportunity, she was ready. So it's a credit to her. And not all of us do that. When it's no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't, and then you just keep fighting. So I think that's where the growth has come from.
You've brought in Alissa to obviously bring some physicality. You talked about that first game, especially when she went off. But what are you seeing from her that's just kind of giving you that hope that this was the right call?
Oh, I think you saw it. She's a difference maker. She's just she's like a unicorn. She's just so unique. And she's a different player. I mean that in a good way.
No, I know. It's funny.
They're too young to understand the reference. So she's just such a difference maker, and when she catches it down there one-on-one, it's over. And she's got just tremendously strong hands, and so it's nice to have that. And then we're still going to get Peyton McFarland back soon, and Nia Joku will come back soon. So we've got some more horses coming too.
Anything else?
But I do want to say I appreciate you all being here. It means a lot.
Thank you.
It's a big game. Seeing you all here is awesome. So thank you.
Thank you.